Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday, I think it is. When I don't work Mondays, my days get screwed up. I think it's Wednesday. Pretty sure it is. Just thought I'd come in and say, hey, do a quick first impressions video. Oh, I sent out some samples of this to some guys, and then I realized, holy cow, I've never tried it. So what the heck are you doing sending out samples you never tried, Buckeye? Nah, whatever. They'll get over it. They're grown men. So tonight, busted out the 673 Series 3 9mm, put a Vaughn filter in it. Thought I'd do a quick smoke and test and review of this. So it's Cornell & Deal's small batch Sansepolcro. And this was an 8,010 run. This was 106883 of 8,000. I have some other ones in there. This was the April of 2019 release, and it even says that on the label here. It'll tell you production date, April 2019. You can hear it pretty dry in the tin. I just opened this the other day. In fact, yeah. Depends on what you read. I've seen it called a broken flake, which it kind of looks like a broken flake to me, and I've seen it called a ribbon. It's probably a cross between the two, as dumb as that sounds. It's not quite as flaky as a broken flake. Oh, hell, let me see if you can see it. Kind of a more ribbon. So, this is, if you read the tin, it says it's Italian dark fired, sourced from the Sansepolcro region of Italy and North Carolina red Virginias. If you read online, smoking pipes and tobacco pipes both say that there's black Cavendish in it as well. And they don't call it an Italian dark fired, they call it a Kentucky or a Kentucky dark fired. And the little reading I've done is this is Italian dark fired. It's the same tobacco that they make cheroots, which are cigars, the little Clint Eastwood kind of Western cigars. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Cheroot. One of them, whatever. So this is a really cigar-y kind of taste. It does. So first impressions, not very sweet. In fact, I don't get any sweetness out of it. If there's black Cavendish in that, then it's a lie. I've been deceived before, but I would bet. I'm just going by the tin here and not what the websites say. There's no mention that I see of black Cavendish on this tin. But I can't read the super small print either, so maybe it's on there. It's made by Cornell & Deal. Cornell & Deal do have really good North Carolina red Virginias. And this is a good Virginia. But that Italian, and they call it florets, Italian florets, depending on the website you read. So, the terms I'm going to use to describe this: taste-wise, to me, dry, dry in the way that you would taste a Chardonnay wine. You know, that real dry. Dry is more of a feeling than a taste, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of that dry, how it makes your mouth dry. Scratchy is another term I would use for this. Really earthy, really earthy. This, if you like cigars, you'll probably like this. If you don't like cigars, if you don't like cigars, you might find a little bit of enjoyment in the Red Virginias. I can get a little sweet on the back end from the reds. But man, this is like smoking a cigar. It burns very well. It was a little tougher to light than I anticipated it would be, especially hearing how dry. Pretty dry. I thought it would spark right out. Not an all-day smoke. This is an evening smoke. Probably would be better with a bourbon, or maybe even a beer. This might pair really well with a nice Pilsner. As I puff it like a locomotive, it's one I would probably recommend you don't smoke fast. So, if you like the earthy, I don't know if I'd call it woody, maybe some wood, but the term I'm going to use is dirty. That real dirty, earthy, natural tobacco. If you like that, you'll probably dig this. If you don't, if you're an aromatic guy or gal, you might be a hard pass on this one. So, for me, it's okay. I like it. I'm a nut I'm an idiot. When they put small batch on something, I go out and buy too many tins. So I've got quite a few. Depends on quite a few is very subjective, right? I have some tins in the cellar. So I might trade some off. I might keep them and see if they age. I think this one will age really well. I look forward to the Red Virginias in it. You know, I think give this a couple years. And it'll be, and I've seen reviews on the 2016 version that said they gave it a year or two and came back and changed their review. It changed the whole smoke. And the Italian darks kind of muted a little bit more and the Red Virginias took over. And hit pretty well. Well, folks, I'm racing against the clock here. Running out of daylight. I think I'm gonna have to move over to my nighttime filming spot and get my light out. But anyhow, Sansepolcro, is it worth the try? It's worth the try. Provided all those things. You like a natural tobacco flavor. You like something that's a little more dry, earthy, heady, scratchy, dark. The nicotine, pleasant. And I'm not a big nicotine guy. If those big Nick hit blends, I run from those. This isn't making me feel sick or woozy or anything, but at the same token, you could tell it's there. It's not a wimp, even though I am. Anyhow, folks, get a tin if you can. Tobacco pipes, just looked it up. They have a few in stock, which is rare. They only made 8,000 of these, and they must have got some in. Let me know what you think. Drop it below deck. We'll catch you later. Wishing you all the blessings in the world. Have a great night.